Hey guys, welcome back. So as you can see here in this little creekside bed, I had some boxwood, some topiaries, and I wanted to find another larger one, and I found one. So I potted up the other day in a separate video, and I decided to add it down here this morning because I'm going to be doing some perennial planting down here. And I set it up in an arrangement. I might shift it around, but for now this is how it is. But I'm really loving these boxwoods that I can move around in pots just to add structure in areas that don't really have it yet, as my bushes take a little while to get bigger and bigger every year. So let's take a closer look. It's hot and muggy today. Woo. Okay, so here's that one. Oh my gosh. I definitely needed a taller one for sure. And I didn't want to have two lollipops, the double pops, next to each other. So I might try to find and pot up sometime this summer, not today, a bigger one than that one and make a really big one. So we'll see. And I really spent some time looking for some nice pots, but I have a hard time finding nice pots that aren't super expensive. I just opted for this one that I found at Lowe's. It's just a simple terracotta pot, and these do tend to crack in the winter. So we'll give them another season, and then I think this year I'll search for another option that's a little bit better. So anyway, for now, that's so cute. I do want to cut back this spearmint dulce, but that's not what we're doing today. I think tomorrow I'm going to spend some time doing some cutback and some deadheading on some roses because I'm getting ready to film a lot of my roses for my rose tour. So we'll save that for another day, but I'm not loving the spirea with this red. It's okay. It's not that bad. It's kind of actually red, white, and blue right here, which is kind of fun. And I wish that kind of would have lasted. Even though I don't like that color combo, it's kind of fun this year for the 250th anniversary. Piper's enjoying herself in the creek. But anyway, what we're gonna do this morning, we'll take one last look at this. It looks so cute right here, right now. I'm loving it. What we're gonna do is plant some perennials, actually some evergreens in this bed right here. It just really needs some evergreen interest, and I'll show you a view from the top. So up here we have quite a few empty spaces on top, and I've tried different things. These are the plants that have lived and survived here, the salvia, daisies, dianthus, and a few ground covers. I've planted other things and they've kind of fizzled out, but I do want something low growing here, and I have a few low growing things I'll be planting today. Well, semi-low. And then I want to put some Mugo pines in here, at least one right here, maybe two. I think if I put one here and here, that would look really nice actually. And then I have this spot that I can do with a low ground cover carpet type evergreen. And then I want to do something over here. So let me show you what I have, and then we'll maybe try to plop some things in there. Okay, here's what I have. So excited because we really don't have any evergreen in that space, and it's kind of a bare hill in the winter. So this one I picked up, and I wasn't intending to, but I picked it up at Costco actually, and it was such a great price. I think it was like 24 bucks or something like that. And it's a pretty big plant. Let's see what this is. This is the Golden Mops Thread Branch Cypress, an interesting evergreen shrub with weeping thread-like branches, brilliant golden yellow, fine textured foliage throughout the year. Ideal when used for a low hedge or shrub border. Provides stunning contrast to darker green evergreens. So I think this will be really nice, and I do like the yellow. I mean, I think I do. Sometimes I'm like, do I? But it is nice to have that pop. And like they said, it is really stunning next to this darker green. It really does pop. So that'll be a really pretty one. And then I have this lower growing one, and this is a dwarf Japanese garden juniper. And I just thought it was really stunning. It's a little light colored. It's kind of ready to get out of its canister. It's been in I've had it for about a month and a half now. So this is a dense ground hugging mound with bright green, new growth that turns blue-green as it matures. Winter color has a purple tinge. A wonderful evergreen for a group planting on a rocky slope or trained into an upright staked specimen, superb when left unpruned. So I think it's going to have a nice shape. It gets about a foot tall, and it spreads out 6 feet wide. And it's so dry on this hill. We'll see if it actually does that. So I think this will be, I think I have an idea of where I want things. I just have to kind of set them out and see. And this is an old gold Juniper. This one says it's water wise, which is nice. And the reason I'm going to put these on the top of the hill is because there is more sun than down at the bottom, and then that will provide even more shade for my shade garden, if that makes sense. Well, the taller things, of course. So let's read about this one. 5 feet by 6 feet wide. This one does get a little taller, and I like that actually. It'll fill in a space really nicely, which I definitely need on that hill. So I think I know where that one's gonna go. And then here we have some Mugo pine. I love these slow mound Mugo pine. I have a few in here. I'm trying to pop them all over the place because I feel like I like my garden to look a little bit like the mountains with a little bit of formality. So I don't know what you call that, but that's what I'm going for. And maybe it's a thing, maybe it's not, maybe I'm making it up, but that's what I like. So I like Mugo pines a lot, and I'm excited to add some more. I wanted to buy these little bit larger ones, and these were $51 or $52 each, and I just wanted them a little taller. Last year I bought some really small ones, and I have a few in there, but it's going to take a while for them to grow. So it's nice to have these big huge ones, especially in that area. So let's set these out and kind of see where we want them, and then go from there and get them planted in the ground. I'm so excited to get these in. Am I excited to do the hard work and the shoveling? Not particularly. But we can get it done. Okay, so here's where I set the Mugo pines, and I think I do want to set one here. These get 2 by 3. I don't think I mentioned that. And I just watered last night, so this will be perfect soil for me to dig in. I think that will be a great spot. Oh my gosh, my hosta. This is like 4 years old now, and it's just amazing. I love these white bordered hostas so much this year. And I have more that I can move from the front back here, which is going to be so fun to have like a big mass of them. But I want to put this Mugo pine here, and I think that will be a good little tucked in spot for it. And then I'll put this one, I'm trying to decide if I should put them kind of at the same level. There was a little hole right there, so that's why I plopped it. But I'll try to have them kind of even, and I think that will be perfect. And then those will provide some shade for the hill down there, and it'll give me some interest up here, which I really desperately need. And then this, I have a few spots I can put this one. This is the one that gets a foot tall, so it's a little more of a ground cover, and I think it will be really pretty, maybe kind of under this. Oh, don't go down the hill. Maybe under here actually, to add that blue. That'll be really pretty actually. I think I do want to have that one here, and then hopefully it'll grow out this way and spread into those Mugo pines eventually. And that'll be a good blue interest right here, where we have the bright green, the dark green, the blue, and the red or purple. I have learned that I don't necessarily always love red, but I like the purple for my red color. And over here I have this one, and I think this is going to be a good spot. Since this gets a little more moundy, I think I have some yarrow up here, which I don't love, honestly, but I'm trying to decide how wide does this get. I think this is the one that's like, yeah, 4 by 6. So I think I'll plant it here and just let it fill in this space. I think that will be a good spot. Okay, and then over here, I need to look at this because I might want to switch these. I do like that pop of yellow right there because I love my Chetski gold birch bush right here, but it struggles. It's still going though, but I do like that pop of gold, especially in front of this. I think this will be pretty. I just picture it kind of mounding over this rock right here. Let's remember how tall this is. 6 by 4. Carpet one might be better here. Let me think about it. Okay, I looked up some pictures, and this gets like a big bush. I didn't picture it like that. That's the thing. I'm such a visual person. But yeah, 6 by 4. So I think this is gonna be good back here. And I honestly think I'll plant it like right there. And that will give me, let's try to set it there. Oh yeah, I actually love that. And that will be kind of a big bush plant. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, so now this one, how tall does this get? I really have to think about this so I don't have to move these. Same, okay. So, let's think. So this one's gonna hug this rock pretty too, but it won't be as tall because this only gets like a foot tall. And I think that'll be pretty around the rock too. So I'm gonna do that one there. That will have the blue interest. And then this one, that is very big and pretty too. So obviously I'm a visual person. I think I'm gonna put this right here. And I think it will tend to go more down the hill, but this is gonna fill in this whole space, hopefully. So then this Mugo pine, I actually might tuck right here. And I think that would be a great spot to have to fill in this area. So let's do that. We'll put this one here, boom. The dark green Mugo pine here. And then this looks puny there, but it will fill in this whole space eventually. And I think I do want to leave this Mugo pine here. Let's go look from the bottom and see what it looks like. Okay, so that pop in there, see how the sun hits that? Ooh, pretty. Okay, so now that I'm looking, I think I want to move it to like right there. So then over here, we'll have a Mugo pine there, but I think that one's good. Not worried about that one. That'll be the perfect spot. Update on my Ranunculus, going crazy now that the heat is here, and they don't last very long because of the heat, but wow. Stunning. This raspberry color I want to do more in the yard next year. It just really pops. And look how cute this is. Oh my goodness. That pink now blooming, it really pops, especially from out my window. Oh my gosh, look at that. Love that there. It really just needed that bright pop. And I think if I put another Desdemona right here, that's perfect. There's enough room here, there's enough room this way. And I think even if I wanted to keep plants here, that'd be fine. Oh, I love it. And then I think I can even tuck in something right here eventually. But that's so cute. I didn't think I was gonna really love that, but I love the pop. Okay, so excited about that. Let's get to the next one. So I couldn't plant it there, which I would have liked, but that's okay. It'll get maybe this much bigger, hopefully, and that'll give room for these plants to grow. And I think that's perfect set in there. Oh, these evergreens. Why am I loving them so much? Because my yard just needs structure. Oh my goodness. Okay, look at those two. Okay, now I'm excited. Let's get this one done and this one. And this one, and then I'll just show you when I'm all done. Enough chatting. You don't see her very often. She's kind of a cat that likes to keep to herself, but lately she's been a little more adventurous, even coming outside a little bit. Hi, Chloe. Hi. She's watching Piper. Let's see if she'll come outside. She probably won't. Piper, leave her alone. Come here, Chloe. Come here. Come, Piper. Come on, Chloe. Come on out. Come on out. Piper wants to play with her so bad, but she never wants to play with Piper. Okay, come on. She doesn't want to play. Anyway, if you followed my Instagram for a while, I used to show her on there quite a bit. Not lately, but that's my cat. Okay, I got these all done. Oh my gosh. So exciting. This last one I planted, I wasn't quite sure. I kept moving them around, adjusting them, because I just wasn't sure. I wanted to put it on this rock so it would go over, but I know it's gonna get like 6 feet, so I think it'll kind of climb up on this rock. I'm hoping, we'll see, whatever. I don't know what I'm doing exactly. So, but I think it's so cute there. Giving my tree a little drink, because I'm noticing like after I water that only the top 2 or 3 inches of soil is wet and the rest is pretty dry. So I don't think I'm watering this hill enough. It has these little fan trickle sprinkles, and you're supposed to let it, and that's what you're supposed to do on a hill, to let it kind of soak in, and you're supposed to do it for longer. And I've only been doing it for 40 minutes just because I'm trying to conserve, but I think I need to bump it up a little bit more when I do water, because I just don't want this tree to suffer. So here's this old gold juniper, and I'm giving it quite a bit of space. I feel like I can come and plant like a small perennial right here and maybe a few hostas down there. Those things that are easy to move once this gets big, because it's going to take a while, but I felt like I did it down there lower, and then I was like, oh, and then I kind of did it right in the middle. That plant's kind of in the way. I had the hole down a little further, I think, and then I moved it this way, and then I moved it this way. And I just wanted it to have a lot of room, but I also can move that easily, and I can move any perennials that I plant here easily, so I think I'll plant some of those in there. Look how pretty the spirea is starting to bloom. Oh, love it. So I love that there. We'll get a view from the bottom as well. And then look at this. Oh, this ended up being my favorite. The Golden Mops Thread Branch Cypress. The perfect pop of yellow right there. Oh, I love it so much. So that's probably my favorite. And then we got the Mugo pine here, which will be great. And the other Mugo pine here. Now this one, I cut back the salvia so you could kind of see it a little better, but it'll get bigger and fill in this spot, and I think that'll be perfect. Should have planted it maybe a touch higher, but it's fine. So yes, that looks so pretty right there. Oh, perfect. And then here's the other Mugo pine. You can't really see very well from this end, but that will be so pretty right here. And then the Mugo pine right there. And then I've been thinking, every time I go to the garden center, I'm like tempted to get, hey, how are you? Good. I'm tempted to get, what are they called? Lemony lace elderberry. Hi, Piper, say hi. Good to be nice, Piper. She's nice. And I think that would be really pretty filling in that spot right there. Or maybe I'll just put one of my black elderberries right there, because it does need something dark, and I have a few of those. Okay, that is it. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to water these in, and then we'll be done with this. So glad to have some evergreen interest in the yard. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.